So this is the last of this series of going home. That was called Because Going Home Is Not Always Romantic. This one needs a little background. It's when I was in the Philippines. So I went to the Philippines for the first time when I was 17. And all of that time growing up in the United States, you know, you hear about my migrations. I'm always talking about my migrations in my poems. But when I got a little older, I was able to go back and volunteer with an organization there by accident, kind of. I was there to study my family's language and learned about this toxic waste situation at the former US military bases in the Philippines. They were there for almost 100 years. And when the bases, Clark and Subic, actually there were up to 100 bases at some point, closed, the US government refused to clean up because according to their arrangement, they didn't have to. But, you know, hundreds of thousands of people have been affected by the toxic waste in the air, water, and soil, and people to this day continue to fall ill, and, you know, children born with deformities and things like that. So this is not only in the Philippines, any place that, you know, a military base has been established, that's part of the unfortunate byproduct of the war machine. So I was able to get pretty close to some of the community members. I stayed there for 7 months and got to know especially a little girl named Crizel, and so I dedicate this poem to her. She died at the age of 6 from leukemia. And so this is called Some Days I Think. What I need to do is really quick just honor these people, especially Crizel. I think that's what I was hoping. So if you for a second, just honor the families and Crizel, who's with me all the time. So, okay. The way the bitter tasted back of mouth, they said was psychosomatic after living with a family sick from drinking, breathing, washing, toxic. The US military dumped and left. The way I felt insatiably thirsty after seeing my uncle downing full pitchers of water, TB yet undiagnosed, and felt pain in my lower abdomen after learning about women's miscarriages and their children's malfunctioning hearts and stomachs. The way I sat at Dolores' bed when she was bleeding under the armpit, the cancer ate away there, and the next week spoke with Evelina, her limbs bound with bandages, and the next week in the casket unbound and free. The way I cried because little Crizel was dying every day, her blood going bad despite her smile being not cliche, but like a yellow Crayola sun smudged outward, yes, and others would have said the same. The way the water well shimmered like oil gracing a bird's sleek back, the way that everything that feels good is bad for everyone else, and how America says land of the free. But freedom means that everything we take in is tainted, and Evelina, Roel, and Sheila, and Crizel, all you wanted was to stop bruising and to grow up and grow up and grow up and become a doctor and to help people heal and to live. Maybe I am crazy, but I will always catch a piece of you when we grace hands. Maybe we should not be allowed to care about the things that are not inside of us. And maybe there are things we should never see because they will never leave us alone. And maybe I am crazy because it runs in my bloodline, but I think there's nothing wrong with bloodlines being followed and drawn and drawing and following our bloodlines. So I think that maybe they are crazy for calling me crazy. I think we should really think about this. And I mean, really think about this. Don't you?